Hello, YouTube. How's everybody doing? I'm trying to get something to work here and I'm a little struggling, so please bear with me for one moment. I'm trying to share. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, what we've got going on today is Things We're Making Thursday. It's a collaboration that started back in 2023 with just the small few ladies, as I like to call them, the founding mothers. And they picked out 12 free crochet patterns, one for each month of the year. And they all put their own spin on it, as in what yarn they use, or hook. Actually, yeah, it would have been hook because they were all crocheted. Or, if they had to change the sizing on it or alter it to fit their needs kind of thing. But over the year, it grew pretty large. Now, I did not participate in 2023, but I did follow it. And what I did was there is a group on Facebook, which if you want to join, you're more than welcome to. It's a very laid back group. Now you do have to answer a couple questions because it is private, just in case you're making something for somebody else and you don't want them to see it. I occasionally, though, in 2023 would go in to the Facebook group and I will start off with, I'd go find a free pattern of a knitted item that was very similar to that month's crocheted item. And I know Erin over at Crafting Kitty Erin over at Crafting Kitty, she did the same thing in her videos for Things We're Making Thursday. And occasionally she would share a knitted pattern as well. So for 2024, they switched it up where they decided to give each month a theme. 2025, they carried on with that same concept, but they want us to design our own pattern. So the month of June, our pattern that they wanted us to come up with was hats. Now this one here on the right is the one I made this month with a V-stitch. This one beside it happened to be a V-stitch, but I made that one well in the past. And that one's just got a single crochet brim, where this one's got a rib brim, and this one I think was actually started on the brim, where this one here, I think, yeah, it was started on the brim as well. I had to think differently. It was on the brim as well. So these are some hats I made in the past. I just want to kind of show you guys some of the ones I made. This one I made earlier this year, and then there's this little baby green one I made, like army camo type yarn. This one here you guys probably saw last year for my head to toe winter knits hat that I made for my husband. He saw the hat and kind of fell in love with it. He likes the ear parts because when he delivers the parcels for work in the winter months, he does have a work hat that has the ear flap that just doesn't hug his ears, and he likes that this one hugs the ears. And he had, now normally the black was actually blue in the pattern in the book. He wanted me to switch it to black because that's their colors, is the yellow, red, and black. And then a lot of my hats I'll show you are probably just a standard beanie double crochet hat. The different ones I've made in the past. And I love making hats. Like this one here, this multicolored flex one. Yeah, I did that one on a loom just because I didn't know what to do with the yarn, and I thought I'll go till I run out. That yarn was a real pain to work on the loom. And the thing is, I have another skein of same type of yarn, different colors, and I don't know what to do with it. I really don't. This was for a make-along. These three was a suggestion I had given because the one group I participated in, we were looking for ideas. I said, make 3 hats, 3 different sizes, but all the same hat, and I did that, and I made sure each one of the brims were a different shade of purple, which is a good way to use up color, like little colors of yarn. I got some knitted, some that are crocheted. Very first bucket hat I ever made. I had fun with it. It was for a Facebook group I participated in, and the theme was make something red, white, and blue. And I found this bucket hat, and I really fell in love with it. So I thought, perfect, we can use those colors. this multicolored one beside it with the teal pom-pom and pattern. I went and found a graft, a pattern I thought was kind of cute. And then I looked up baby hat and I figured, okay, you know, this many stitches, can I make this graft work in it? And I could, and I kind of did some color work just for fun. This little bunny hat, oh my goodness, I had so much fun making it. It's just a simple hat with ears and a bow, but it was so cute. Now this pink hat was supposed to have these baubles all the way up it. I decided to do only 2 rounds because it was really putting a dent in my yarn, and I want to make sure I had enough to finish the hat that started at the bottom up. So I just did the 2 rows, and then the rest was just like regular crochet, no fancy stitches or anything. This little one, oh my goodness, this little gray fox. Now the picture was originally like a red fox, but didn't have like a coppery orangey red color, so I went with a gray fox, and I think it turned out cute. Don't know what baby I'm gonna give it to because I have none on the way, but I'm hoping someday there'll be a little baby coming into my life somewhere, not my own. Don't worry, like I'm 50 now, I'm not having no more kids, but you know, maybe one of my kids will sooner or later have a little one, or my niece or my nephew. So I'm definitely holding on to that hat because I just think it's so adorable. This black and white stripe one, the hat is crocheted, the mitts are knitted. My son one day at work had on one of his multiple hats that I've made him, and somebody at work had seen it and asked me, "Where'd you get your homemade hat from?" And he said, "My mom, you know, knits and crochet." And they put an order in for him. Like I said, well, I asked your mom to make this and this. What would she charge me? And does she have the colors? So on and so forth. I turned around and told my son, yep, tell them I'll charge them this month. And I've got the colors if they want me to get started. And I made a set, and I only charged 8. She gave me 10 for it. So, hey, made a couple extra bucks than I was originally selling the set for. This yarn here, this pink, peachy, green color, like, unfortunately, when I got this yarn given to me, it was just a smaller little balled up yarn. It wasn't even a full skein of yarn. No label, no nothing. It's very soft. It's almost got like a satiny feel to it. But the colorway makes me think of strawberry shortcake. I don't know if you guys get that same vibe, but I know looking at the colors, I get strawberry shortcake. This blue and green striped one is one of the ones my son has and that he wears pretty frequently. These 2 hats were made with the same yarn. One's a single, one's a double crochet. Just little beanies. Like I said, a lot of times I do a lot of beanies. Again, there's another one with that yarn that kind of reminds me of strawberry shortcake, and it pooled on itself that way. I didn't color control or anything. And then there's this one here. It was a neat texture. I made a few hats with that texture. There's 3 of them here. Just for fun, because sometimes I'll get a pattern, I really like it, and I'll make a lot of them. Just the standard knitted hat. It was with a bit of a thinner yarn. So this gray one, if you're going to wear it, it's more late fall, very early winter, because it is on the thinner side of yarn. But it is a nice little toque. This little green one here, I know it's hard to see that, but it is a green color. Oh my goodness. Originally, the set I made, it was supposed to be like mimic a pumpkin. So technically, it should have been an orange hat, brown stem, and the curly parts were supposed to be a green. I didn't do them that way. I actually made 2 sets. It was a hat, little mittens, but no actual thumb hole, just little part to go over the baby's hands, and then a button bag. I made 2 sets for my neighbor up at the trailer. She knew someone who was having twins, and she fell in love with the green set and ordered a second set where I made the main color gray, I believe it was. This one here, another co-worker, he wanted 2 hats, one for him and one for his girlfriend, and he wanted something in pink, and I already had that one made, so I sent it over to my son. My son sent it to the friend. He goes, oh my goodness, I love it. And then whatever color his hat was in, I can't remember, but I whipped up his hat, and the very next day my son took it, like he sent him a message like an hour later saying, okay, the hats are ready. When would you like them, kind of thing. He's like, what, already? He's like, yeah, my mom just made your hat just now. This one here, oh my goodness, it's got a bunch of different stitches in it. And I wish in a way the hat was available. I'm not 100% sure where it is. I know I still have it, But this one section here, color work, they were double troubles. So it is a little bit on the holy side, but each set of these colored sections were a different stitch. And it was a fun hat, and unfortunately I don't remember where. So here's that same green hat, but in gray. It's easier to see. This one I did want to put pom-poms on the corners. It's a baby hat, but I haven't done it yet. I do have another hat, similar idea, like the box type square hat, which you'll see a little later. This was a really neat textured. I unfortunately don't remember the stitch. Then a few other just beanies. This brown one here, my son claimed it when he saw it as well. He just fell in love with that one. Oh, that hat, I guess I've got in the thing, the slideshow twice. This one here is also a V-stitch hat. This little blue and gray one, oh my goodness, it was another baby toque. And oh, I fell in love with it so quickly. I think that one went to donations, actually. Then this little brown one, my niece that I used to babysit, who actually graduated grade 12 on Wednesday. I'm so proud of her. But she had dark, long hair, so I gave her that hat, and she kind of wore the heck out of it until it practically fell apart. This little owl hat, I've been seeing those on one of the websites I use, and I just fell in love with it. I thought, good way to use up a bit of yarn. Let's whip one together, which went to donations. This blue and gray one, it's like done on a double hook needle. So it's a long, it's like long like a knitting needle, but there's a hook at each end. So you work one color, and then you work the other color like up and down, and then you work the other color, or whatever it was, or you turn it. And I can't remember how to explain it. I've only done this technique once, but it's so funny because on the one side it looks like gray with a bit of blue in the background, where the other side is blue with a bit of gray in the background. And it's just by the way it's done. This is another one of those rectangle type hats with pom-poms, but this one was actually done in Tunisian. I love the hat. Love the color work. First time I've ever done color work in Tunisian. I just really, really, really wish I had done it in a much bigger hook, because it was a bit on the tight side. And then some other hats that I made. Now, this pile of hats. Start off with, I don't want to upset anybody. I'm not going to say what I'm about to say to be mean or cruel or disrespectful. I start off with, there's 300 baby hats in that pile. I made them in under 5 months. And we have a hospital in my city that is mainly dedicated to very high risk pregnancies, where I know in the past, this was prior to me making these hats, on record, I think at one point they said the earliest pregnancy delivery they had was 20 or 21 weeks pregnant. So half term. And unfortunately, sad to say, and thoughts and prayers to anyone who's ever gone through this, the baby did not survive. It was born and they lost the child within an hour or two. And then I know a little more recently, there was an announcement, like it was in our paper or in the news or something, or if it was on Facebook, I don't know how true it was, but there was a baby born like 1 pound, 2 ounces. And it's so sad to hear. Like, I don't know, I can't remember how far along they said the fetus was. It was a stillborn, unfortunately. And again, prayers to anyone who's ever been in that situation. But I can tell you right now, some of the hats that are in this picture would fit a lemon. And I know when I told my mom about that, when I was making these hats, because at the time my mom lived here in the city, with the same city I'm in, and she's like, why are you making a hat so small? Like, normally you want to make a hat for like a 4 or 5 pound up to about 10, 12 pound baby. I'm like, because you never know, especially with our one hospital, they will need the smaller hats. And I think there's about 8 or 9 hats in there that would fit a lemon. I know there's a couple that are in there that would fit, a decent size orange. And then the rest are anywhere from like a 4 or 5 pound baby up to like 10, 12 pound baby. But again, I do not wish to talk about those hats to upset anybody. And if I did, I am so sorry. And if you or someone you know has gone through this, my heart melts for you guys because it is sad. Like, I'm thankful for my boys and how healthy they've been from birth and even my pregnancy. But, unfortunately, fact of life, not everybody gets that, happy ending. And I do feel for you very much so. So we're going to move on now from those ones because it can be a little sad. But yeah, that's 300 baby hats in under 5 months. This hat I made for one of the parents I became friends with at my niece and nephew's school. I ended up making a hat, scarf, and mitt set, and she never paid me for them. I was a little annoyed. And then I made the same hat in a different colorway, which unfortunately you can't see. The background of the blanket was the wrong choice. It should have been something solid. But B, you can't really make out the pattern anyways. These hats here, there's going to be a lot of them. I fell in love with this pattern, and I made a lot of them, different colorways, and I had so much fun. This gray one I gave to my mom. I think she ended up losing it, to be honest with you. And then because I did fall in love with it so much, I then did 3 of them. So there's these 2, and they're with baby yarn. And then I did also this one, but instead of doing this brim part, I did a shell stitch around to make like a ruffle to make it a cute little baby bonnet. I love it. And then here's some more of the same idea, different colorways. This brown one here is another one I made for my niece. I don't know if she ever wore it though, because I don't recall ever seeing her wearing that one. I don't even, I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. I don't know. This green one I kept for myself. So that's my hats. Now to touch on another subject. I am going to be filming a second video after this one gets uploaded. And it will technically be my Friday's video for my finished objects. But I don't know when it's going to get uploaded. And the reasoning for that, actually, hold on that subject for a minute. I got ahead of myself. So, July's things we're making Thursday. I guess I should tell you guys what that is. For July, our theme is design your own bandana, shawl, shrug, or wrap. And it's like, I know what yarn I'm using. I have a cake put aside for that for next month. Shawl, like I bought it specifically for a shawl. I just don't know what stitch yet I'm doing. And I'm thinking I'm going to do like a rectangle wrap type idea. So keep an eye out for that next month. Don't quite know when I'm going to start it. And that's where I jumped ahead because technically my husband and my son are on holidays as of Friday. But some of you may already know that my husband and son are on strike as of right now. Now today, Thursday, or Wednesday, they came with an agreement, the company and the union, for the next contract. Thursday, at some point, I don't know exactly what time Thursday, they're supposed to go and vote on it. We're fingers crossed the vote overall is a yes and they go back to work. We don't think they'll be going back to work technically till Sunday. My husband and son work Friday to Monday, or Monday to Friday, sorry. So they won't go back to work technically till Monday, but they're on holidays as of Friday till the following Friday. And the reason it's Friday to Friday, yeah, it's 6 days because they work Monday to Friday, but July 1st is already a holiday for them. So they always take the Friday off prior. Now, we know it's going to take a bit of time for the votes to come through and get counted and then determine if A, they're still on strike, or B, they're going back to work, and then when. So, the reason I'm going to be filming Friday's video after this one is Friday, normally I do my finished objects. And yes, I do have one for you, which is my head to toe winter knits project. And oh my goodness, I love how that turned out. I can't wait to show you guys that in the next video. Also, that means the current poll I have on my post page, on my about page, like the one tab post, will be coming down. I already know what the winner is, and I already know what colors I will be using. It's actually the same brand of yarn even. Imagine that, right? And then I got to put up the new poll. So I've got to actually go and take that poll down, put the new one up, then film Friday's video. And the reason I'm filming it is because, like I said, they go on holiday as a Friday, technically. So I don't know if when they get home from striking or the picket line sometime early morning, usually they get home between 6 and 7 a.m. They prefer doing the night because it's cooler than what it has been during the day. And then I don't know if we're going to pack everything up and be ready to go. And then after, like when they're ready to go do their voting for the contract, if we're then going to go straight to the camper. I don't know. Or if we're going to hang around home and wait till Friday to see the outcome of everything. And so I got a little closer. I adjust my top. It was rolling up. But we may not go up till Friday. So I'm going to record the video today. And then once they get home from the picket line, I can find out, if it'll be Thursday or Friday, because I do believe they have one more pay still coming in, but it's only a partial pay. And that doesn't come in till Friday. So I don't think we'll be leaving till actually Friday. But like I said, I don't know. So this way, at least if we're going to leave Thursday after they vote, I can then put up the video a day early and show you guys the finished object, show you the winning object and what colors I'm going to use. And I will then take that with me to work on while I'm at the trailer and show you what the next objects are to vote on if you want to. So I'm going to end this video here. Can't wait to see what you guys make for things we're making Thursday. Like I said, I already know I want to do a rectangle shawl type wrap idea. I just, at this time, do not know what stitch I'm going to use due to I got to wait till the first of the month until the 2 stitches for the one make-along I participate in is released. Once it's released, then I know what stitches I will be making. So within the next couple weeks, you should see things we're making Thursday video and what I'm making or have made. So everyone be safe, and I will see you guys all soon. And please, if you're in one of those areas where the heat is ridiculously hot, do whatever you have to do to keep cool, even if it means going to the mall with a book or, crocheting or knitting something, that doesn't take up a whole lot of space. Find somewhere in the mall where you can sit, where it's kind of on the cooler side. They got central air. If you don't have central air, and soak it all in. Like, I know our AC is not in yet, and like I'm in Southern Ontario, and our night, like it's gone down finally tonight, thank goodness. But I know for the last 3 days, our daytime high has been anywhere from 36 to 39 degrees Celsius. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I'm sorry. If you want to know, you have to convert it yourself. I don't know how to convert it. And our nighttime lows have been 32 to 35 degrees Celsius. And right now we're sitting at 24. Thank goodness we finally have a break. And it's always a few degrees cooler up at the trailer and a beautiful breeze off the lake. And I'm so looking forward to it. But if you're in somewhere where you don't have AC and you're able to get out and about, go hang out in the mall for a few hours. Like I said, take a book, if you got music on your phone or an iPod or something, and put it on your earbuds or whatever, and do a bit of crafting and hang out at the mall or go to your public library. Find somewhere you can go to keep cool and just hang out for a few hours. Even if you go to, I know, for example, our public libraries, all our public libraries actually have different days and times where they have a knitting group / crocheting craft group, whatever. And if your library doesn't have that and you're sitting there working on something, maybe they'll get the idea, hey, we can maybe start this and see if it's a program we could use and you could start a new trend. You never know. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go from this video, upload it, and then I've got to do some work on my post, aka X Community tab. and get the next pull up, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye for now.